God. He gave us a special gift. Is it to be successful? Does success come from money, or do we have more value than that? The kings and queens of today is the royalty of the past. Or a general in an army, or a guerrilla warfare tyrant. Today, is it to be a prime minister, a president, or someone who owns a large corporation? Or on everyone's lips of a music sensation, or just a sensation? In the times of our forefathers, he was a great man, a king, a warrior and a musician. The story of a king, the story of a warrior that slew Goliath, a musician that wrote and sang the psalms that were written about Jerusalem and Hashem's Holy Torah. The success of the day is judged by one, the same man. King David.
Dr. Mordecai goes. And I was given the privilege to be, and right now, for 45 years, to be in King David's tomb area and around the area. The government, I got permission to be here and have contracts. That the fact is that Israel now, grandchildren, and I'm teaching the world about King David, and I've influenced thousands of people. And inspired people. So when you feel good helping others, that changed my life. And you also can help others, like give charity to help others. Not for yourself, like a candle. You might know the candle. The candle still goes on, you help others. You help others, you have a good function. A parent wants to help his children continue, and it brings eternity to the world and to people. So I see how people get eternity, makes me happy. When I look into the Gemara, that's the text, there's Texas, that's the oral law, and I read the oral law, and they have difficult problems, difficult stories. So I have to have a solution. It's called the rich help the poor, the text is poor. So they need a text, a better text to solidify, explain, elucidate on the text that's in the Bible or in the Gemara. So we look up sources. One of the sources we use is the Psalms of King David. And it says in Isaiah that all the nation will help Israel. So we open the doors to everybody to join in and help build King David. It has many facets, that's my job as a rabbi, running a school on Mount Zion, Diaspora Shiva. That we explain textual analysis, and part of it is the sources, which is the Bible, but the Bible has to be explained, but also we use King David. David's Bekera, that although King David, we say, is alive, but he's like, when I learn this text in the Gemara, or when I say Tehillim soon, it's like he becomes alive again. In heaven, he repeats it over again. So when I learn and I bring the text of Tehillim, and David is alive, it's live for me. And in heaven, it's like he repeats it in heaven, which means it affects the universe. The secrets of business or success is learn from experience. You look in the back. So when you build your success, or when you use God's way of creation. God looked into the Bible and he created the world. So if I want to be part of the world and be success in the world, I gotta look for the source in the Bible. But the Bible needs to be explained. And King David is one of the people, the Tehillim, the Psalm, that explains the Bible. So, and also has brought prayer and brought Jerusalem into the world. So there are certain basic things that the Jewish religion has for success is King David. So I advise the people who are involved in the world that want to be successful as lawyers and doctors, that let God be part of your life. And part of God is Jerusalem, Israel, King David, the kingdom and the Jewish people. So it has to be part of your life. It says in Isaiah that all the nation will come to Israel and build. So we open everybody doors everywhere. World Peace Center, everything is from the merit of King David. It doesn't matter the merit of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the merit of King David. So the inspiration is to add King David to your life, which is really God in your life. Let's put it down more practically to the person who is King David and what he's done. As a warrior, as a very knowledgeable person, as a prayer person, has many facets to King David. It wasn't that King has many facets, which is a totality of a community and people. So I would like to say to those people who want success for everybody is look into your roots of where you come from, what's it about. And King David definitely has affected the world, affected me personally, and that's my advice to everybody. I would say, since I was created in the image of God, I wanted to do what I was created for. A flower, like a rose has to be a rose, and a lily like a lily valley. Since I'm a human being, as you, that was the important thing to do, and have it change part of my life. So my drive for success is to do what God created me for. And my uniqueness as it is, everybody's different and unique, and to get that into the world. Well, there's thousands of stories. I like one example. When King David was yet a young boy, there was a problem of how to solve a particular problem. There was a fellow who, a hole in the wall, saw his friend, he saw the money, got jealous, and he figured how he can get it. So he went out his way, and he got the money, and so King David, in order to make justice, he took his kids, little kids, together, and they did the story of what's in court. What happened was, so the wisdom of King David, he said the story how to solve the problem. So coming by was the king, and he heard about it. He learned from a child. To learn from everybody, to me, is King David. The goal in life is to grow, create creativity, to learn from others. We say, Ezo Chocham HaLeim, who's smart, learns from everybody. Learn from everybody. But you have to have your own individuality, which is yours. So learn from King David, Learn from the Jewish people, success. Learn from me. I'm successful. But you can add your part to it, your innovative ideas. But get your source. Many things. He was a scholar, big scholar. He was a person who brought prayer into the world. He was there before. He elevated and prayed. If I want to go and there's many conflicts here, I'm able to be very strong. I learned as a warrior. With God has helped me, been helped. Like a shield of David. He has many facets to it. And since I run an institution, it's like kingdom. For my own kids and family, it's like kingship. And the king always has a queen, and how to handle a queen. More than that, the children should grow up. You guys should be balanced. Good people have love of everybody. If you love God, you have to love His creations, and be open and liberal to everybody, but still you have an identity of yourself and your family. To me, he's a very real role model, and I like other people to follow him too. And I teach what I practice what I preach. So to me, King David, in learning Gemara, and bound on Mount Zion, is very special. It's very important and unique and needed. So that's the learning of the Torah, and a lot of the laws are used because of King David. I just so happen to be in Jerusalem. And Jerusalem to me is, again, King David is the one that captured the Mount of Zion where we built the temple. And he built the foundation for the temple. He wasn't worthy. So his son took over, Solomon. But really, King David means uniting the Jewish people and all the forces together, all the tribes, and building the temple. He didn't build it, but he has the merit of building it. And he has the merit of Gemara. But also let's talk about the Psalms of David. I go into King David's tomb. What do? I say the Psalms of David. What does that mean? I read the Psalms, 150 Psalms. No matter what situation, at the end, King David comes out with a song. His child wants to run after him, different problems of life. All the problems are in the Psalms of David. And in the Psalms, when I go and I sing King David, the Psalms of David, what happened? It inspires me. It's like he's alive again. The Psalms are alive. And the Psalms are definitely for people like myself who needs help, God's help. And therefore, to me, success. And it has affected my life tremendously. Because on Mount Zion, I built a school and inspired people about King David. And that's what we're doing. Inspiring people here. He was a warrior. So I sing Ozu Shir Moshe. I sing it. I look into the text of the prayer. And clearly it's clear about King David. And I pray every day. It has King David. And it says here in Baruch Shamar that Mishirei David, the songs of David. I have by Rech David, God, David blesses the people for everybody. Wow, it's blessing. I go a little further and I read my Shemona Esrei, special prayer. And it has a prayer about Jerusalem and the seed of David, Messianic idea. And it says, I pray that he comes back and help us out. We hope a special blessing in the 18 prayers in the prayer we say every day is King David. At the end, again, they bring some of the songs that were said in the temple. I say every day one song. So to me, King David is a part of my life. Success in my life, I thank King David. And in fact, on Mount Zion, King David, Dash Yeshiva, is example to bring King David into the world. I have a King David Museum. I have a World Peace Center. I had a Minister of Peace. Nobody had a Minister of Peace. It was King David. Because peace is part of his government, not a side thing, part of the reality of the kingdom. To me, the future kingdom is King David. It very inspired me, and I'm happy that the world should know about King David. Bringing David is a big mitzvah. It's a big, good deed. And you pray the song, God hears the prayer, and it has helped thousands, millions of people be healthy, that they're sick, they pray, and they get better. The power of King David. Jerusalem, we're fighting for Jerusalem, Israel. King David is the base. The Jewish nation, King David. So it may not be 100% religious, but it influences the Jewish people in every part of their life. Success means how God made the world, and I fit into the world's picture. I would say for my godly potential. Because every human being is made in the image of God, Jews and non-Jews. To be that, God created to fit in the proper thing of eternity, you gotta have God, which is God is King David. He's the message of God to help the Jewish people. The state of Israel, and those are religious people, non-religious people, King David to us is very important. And everything, the state of Israel's sign is what? The Psalm, the King David symbol, which is the King David symbol that we know. And in it has a special prayer. One of the Psalms that went into war, in a shield of war. He had that on his shield to win. So to me, King David is a symbol of the Jewish nation, a symbol of success, and a symbol of my personal success. So I want to thank King David. Praise King David. And we say, David HaMelech Chai v'Kayam. King David is alive for me. And for me, it's alive. And I wish other people will join in with me and make him alive in your life. And have a difference and importance in your life, effective in your life.